Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Telepath Tactics. We're on episode 5, ladies and gentlemen, and as you see, we are no longer over here with the burned out dead guy. Unfortunately, it didn't ever unlock, so I had to redo it, but I redid it. Nobody died. Everybody still gathered up all the stuff. I don't think I killed anybody extra. If I did, it doesn't really matter. Either way, that's how it kind of went. Either how, I like it. And there's our final score. We killed 13 people, 297 damage, only took 84. We grabbed 10 items, took us 6 turns, and we got 50 bonus points. So let's continue. You wanted to see me? No, I guess it'd be, you wanted to see me? Come in, Farah. There's a rumor going around that you're starting to face armed resistance from the villages. It has only happened once. I've dispatched Gunther to deal with the problem. Is this going to put the harvest behind schedule? It will delay us a few days at the most. No delays. It could have caused a lot more disruption to our operations later if we let the resistance continue. It is important that we nip it in the bud. I said no delays. We will do both. Both? Deal with the resistance and continue harvesting. We must not fall behind. But we are already harvesting with all of our available men. Then go and harvest the damn slaves yourself if you have to. I apologize, I didn't realize the harvest was so urgent this time. The harvest is always urgent, Farah. We can always hire more men, but a trading partner like the mining company? That, we cannot afford to lose that. I understand, I will make sure it is done. Good, go. I am counting on you. I know you're there. I can feel you. Show yourself to me. Ugh, Crucius in a pit. I wish you wouldn't just appear like that. Creepy. Telepathy is immediate, Igor. Efficient. That is why we use it. You do not need to keep showing up like this, or throwing up like this. Blah. No, it's fine. You will have the slaves on time. Will we? Your associates seemed uncertain. You have my word. Can one trust the word of an illiterate animal? Well, I suppose we have the answer to that riddle soon enough. Do not forget, Igor, you are expendable. You can always be replaced. I will be watching. Meanwhile, back at Cat's Lair... Hey Emma, Sleeping Beauty here is finally waking up. Alive? You really are a sharp one, ain't you? Thanks, Madeline. I can take it from here. Glad to hear it. I think I hear a bottle of rum calling my name. What are you going to do to me? Well, that depends on whether you want to make yourself useful or not. I was just doing my job. Really? So you don't just enslave innocent people and attack travelers for the fun of it? Good to know. Tell me, where do the slaves go when you sell them? I don't have to tell you nothing. True, on the other hand, I don't have to keep you alive, which I think represents your more pressing concern. I have all the time in the world. Let me go. Oh, let me think about that one. How about no? If you want to go, then you need to start talking. Like I said, I don't know anything. While I believe that's true for the most part, I do think you know where the slaves are sold. I'm not involved in that part, I just do gathering. Farah oversees all of it. Farah, huh? Who is this Farah, exactly? You'll be lucky if you never find out. Farah can outfight anyone on the island, blindfolded. You? She'd cut you like someone like you into sausages without breaking a sweat. She sounds lovely. Where can I meet her? Huh. You're that stupid, huh? Oh, now I'm going into, like, full ogre voice, huh? North and east about a day's march, my lord. Or peasant. We'll go with peasant. Perfect, thanks for your help. I ain't telling you my name, girl. Now let me go. So they don't know. Okay. It says it right here. Can't she read your name? Kidding. You're our captive little piggy. Maybe I'll let you go one day, if you learn to ask real nice. Ugh. Whew! It looks like I finally have a quiet moment here. Maybe I should talk to some of my companions. Now, there's a lot of companions that we could probably talk to. So, let's get to it. Let's talk to our comic relief, Gabrielle Hashmal. Hello, Gabrielle. Emma, just the woman I wanted to see. I wanted to say I'm really impressed with your sword work. You may not say much, but your enemies always get the point. Was that another joke? Ha! Yes, thank goodness you're starting to catch on. To be honest, I was beginning to think you'd never notice, or fear you'd never notice these little quips of mine. I guess some of us just aren't equipped for it. Emma! What? Emma, you just punned! I did? Yes, quip and equip. You know, Ferrisat wouldn't let me corrupt him with my punning, because he's a big fuddy-duddy. I was afraid you might be like that too, but no! Oh, I'm so happy, Emma. We're going to be spending a lot of time together. I will get you punning with the best of them in no time. Great. Well, there we have it. We're going to be some very punny people, apparently. Very, very punny. Alright. Onward, let's talk to Zimmer, see what Thrawn's got to say. Hello, Zimmer, was it? That's me, and you're Emma, right? The same. I wanted to learn a little bit more about you, if that's okay. Yeah, totally understandable. I mean, we just do the whole thing in Simlish, how's that, no? I mean, you don't know me at all. Why should you trust me? I came out of the ranks of Bloodbeard's men. For all you know, I could be a spy. I doubt a spy would call attention to that possibility. Right you are. I seem to remember something about you having philosophical reasons for joining Bloodbeard's bandits. And right again, you're on a roll. Care to enlighten me about this philosophy of yours? Well, sure. You see, Emma, I'm an anarchist. I believe in individual freedom above all things. Our freedom to believe and act as we wish. That's where all legitimacy springs from. Laws, guardsmen, taxes, armies, all of these are just usurpations? Sure, there we go. It's a tough word. Kudos for bringing out usurpations. By the government, they put limits on our freedom of conscience, and agency. Agency? I don't... okay. And so the governments that impose these things are illegitimate. I apologize, guys. You have to give me 1 second here. The curse of the stuffitude. Alright. And because of that... oh, sorry. And because of that, you signed up with a bunch of bloodthirsty killers? The bandits aren't perfect, but you have to understand, I thought they could serve a purpose, you know? I thought they could be the means to an end, stabilizing the Imperial government, at least as far as this island is concerned. They're the closest thing to an armed resistance we have. You know, I don't know much, or too much about the going-ons with the Imperial government, but I'm pretty sure the Empire is preferable to the governance, or to governance by Bloodbeard's bandits. Hey, I'm on your side now. It was an error in judgment, I admit that. If we're to carve out a stateless utopia, I realize that it's going to have to come from a resistance grounded in morality and right action. Something like what you have here. Zimmer, we're not going to overthrow the Dundar government. Sorry. Understood. I'll just have to put in the work to convince you. Yeah, good luck with that. Gotta love anarchists, I guess. Let's talk to Ferrisat. Hello, Ferrisat. I hope you're feeling well. I was thinking it would be nice if you told me more about yourself. Of course, Emma. I feel like I must apologize for my circumspection back in Aldebray. It pays to be cautious when dealing with an interest as powerful as the Vibra Mining Company. Now about me, Gabrielle and I come from the mainland city-state of Ravennail. Ravennail? Many weeks north of here by ship. I am a librarian by trade, though obviously I've had some training in the psychokinetic arts. I've been practicing my psi with some purpose the past few months, largely out of necessity. Why is that? Our brother Samir disappeared on a trip to the archipelago approximately 2 years ago. We ran into you several months into our search. Luck, persistence, and assiduous attention to detail has brought us this far. But I fear that rescuing Samir will require far more than that. You mentioned the Vibra Mining Company before. I take it you know something about them? Not as much as I'd like. I know that it is a company organized in Somnus, but with the influence extending far outside the Shadowlane Republic's borders. I have heard rumors that the Vibra Mining Company wields considerable influence even here in the Dundar Archipelago, and I believe these rumors are those rumors. It is the only way I can understand the Empire permitting them to take human slaves. What sort of influence are we talking about? From what I hear, the company has incredible financial resources. Perhaps they are able to sway imperial elections. Perhaps buy the complacency of Dundar's officials outright. I apologize, guys. I was taking a look at the time. We're about 10 minutes in, and I don't know how we're going to be able to do another mission on top of this, but we'll give it a shot. There have been scandals of that sort, even in my own homeland, in Ravenale. Do I want to go Raven or Raven? Let's go with Ravenale. A place with comparatively minimal Vibra deposits. I can only imagine how bad things must be here in the Isles. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to all these people. We should be able to do another mission. All right, let's get after it then. Scarlet. Hello, Scarlet. I'd like to know more about you. There's not much to tell. I've been fighting for a long time against the lawless cutthroats and criminals of these Isles, who seem to sprout up like weeds after a spring rain year after year. Stomp on one and 3 more emerge underfoot. If only there were more people like us to eradicate them. I'm curious to know about your mantis. How did you get him? Her. Valora has been my mount for more than 20 years now. We've bonded during my time serving as an Imperial Cavalier. Valora was strong-willed and difficult to break. She has my temperament, I think. We're a good match, she and I. Valora will be with me until I retire or die. Most likely, both at once. Have you had a chance to speak to anyone else around the camp? Yes, and actually I was meaning to speak with you about this. That woman Louise is a known criminal and a con artist. She has no concern for the good people of the island and cannot be trusted to act with their interests at heart. I must question the wisdom of your allowing her to travel with us further. I spoke briefly with Madeline Strongarm. She is a shiftless layabout. It's a shame, as she has a natural fighting talent. She'd do well to spend more time practicing and less time with her mouth around the narrow end of a bottle. You could set a good example for her. A word about Meridian. While I do not generally care for Spriggats, Lakshmi vouches for her character, and that is good enough for me. Meridian is young and inexperienced and not well suited to combat. I would keep a careful eye on her if she ends up in the field. It looks like I can finally have a quiet moment here. Maybe I should talk to some of my companions. Let's go to Lakshmi. Hello, Lakshmi. I'd like it if you tell me more about yourself. Oh, hi, Emma. You would like to know about me, huh? Well, let's see. I'm a fighter by trade, which is a less crude way of saying that I'm a mercenary. I like that I'm fighting with you, though. You seem to actually stand for something. Well, I'm glad to have you. That weapon of yours is interesting. It's sort of like a mechanical bow? Yes, they call it a crossbow. Have you ever heard of the Isle of Desi? No, I haven't. It's a northern island. I was raised there. It was very, very hot, but beautiful. We have a lot of trade with mainland, Cerebella. There's a group of mainlanders called the Mechanics that make things like this. My parents purchased for me when I left home to seek out my bagya. Interesting. Forgive me, but what did you call it? A baga? It's a bagya. It's a little hard to explain. The people of Desi are set on one of 2 paths when we come of age. The path of life or the path of death. No one knows where one's chosen path will lead them. That is Bagya, the ultimate mystery of one's life. Huh. So which path are you on? She gives a half smile, half wince, and touches Emma's arm gently. Let's talk later. Okay. Well, that happened. Let's talk to Rebecca Flair. Hi, Rebecca. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you? I'm Rebecca Flair, bringer of blazes, flinger of flames, creator of combustion. What else do you need to know? My skill should speak for itself. In fact, how about you tell me more about you? Like, how did you ever come into command of a warband? Well, I won't lie, it's very impressive. You know, Emma, can I call you Emma? I've often dreamed about what it would be like to command, be a general, to the face of an army, feared and respected. It would be grand, don't you think? I don't know that I'd call us an army exactly. Sure, it's a little modest at the moment, but there's always room for growth. If it were me, I'd recruit from among Igor's men. We could use some more frontline fighters. I'm sorry, guys. Got a little choked up there. Look, I want to be clear about something. We're not some conquering army out for spoils and glory. We're just a group of people with a common interest in freeing the slaves from the Vibra mines. Aha, so you're using a cause to rally the people under your banner. Appealing to idealism. I bet that reduces your costs, too, since you're not attracting people motivated by money. Damned clever. But, well, anyway, since you're twisting my arm, I guess I'll tell you about me. I attended school at the Psi Academy in mainland Cerebella. where I was first in my class. There's not much need for generals on the mainland right now, so I set out to the Dundar Archipelago. You all have a reputation for infighting, civil wars, rebellions, just a place for an aspiring commander to cut her teeth. Little did I know the Dundar Empire only offers Imperium, the right of command, to people designated by the Senate. So here I am, left trawling the islands looking for misfit operations in need of a commander. Can you imagine with my resume having to stoop to that? Anyways, I think you have the right idea here. Forget all these existing organizations and their political favoritism and hierarchies. Just start your own operation. That's the way to get ahead. You should be glad we ran into each other, Emma. There's a lot we can learn from each other. Wow. Okay, we'll talk to Meridian. Meridian, right? How are you feeling? Well, I was just beaten silly and hauled away to have my extremities chopped off, so naturally I'm feeling pretty great right now. I guess that was kind of a stupid question. Sorry, you saved my life. You didn't have to do that. I shouldn't be rude. Your name's Emma, right? Yes. Thank you for saving me. So, Lakshmi tells me you've got it out for the bandits. After a fashion, we're looking to rescue the slaves from a Vibra mining operation, and we have reason to think that the bandits are involved. Alright, well, good luck with all of that. I imagine you have it out for the bandits as well at this point. To put it mildly, Lakshmi said that you were a caravan guard. Are you feeling up to fighting again? I guess. Combat isn't my thing, to be honest. I only got hired as a guard because I needed the money, and everyone just sort of assumes that Spriggets are natural-born fighters. I hadn't heard that before. That must be annoying. She shrugs. When you're 7 feet tall and have wings, claws, and horns and fangs, I think the assumption just sort of comes with the territory. I'm an artist. That's what I'm actually good at. I don't suppose you need an artist. Not as such, but a 7-foot-tall artist who occasionally makes use of her wings, claws, horns, and fangs, that could fit the bill. I'm starting to think that's the best deal I'm going to get in these isles. All the world's beauty waiting to be captured, and all people want me for is killing. Alright, I guess we talked to Madeline and then Luis. Hey Madeline, thanks for watching Gunther for... Hey, how do you know his name? You said you didn't know his name, and he wasn't going to tell you. Oh well, Gunther for me. Not a problem, Emma. So, what's your story? How did you end up in all of this? Well, the short version is, I'm Luis's security. She's a traveling entertainer of sorts, you see, and you can't maintain a lifestyle like that without making some arrangements for your own protection. The deal is, she does all the talking, and occasionally I bash a head or two on her behalf. It's a good enough living. Have you spoken to anyone else around camp? Yeah, that old bag Scarlet Etoily. I tell you, if that stick were any further up her rear, she could do a passable impression of a scarecrow. Gabrielle is a hoot. I like that girl. She can drink with me anytime. And finally, we're going to talk to Luis. It doesn't look like we're going to have the time to actually do any combat or fighting this episode, guys. Which is okay. I'm enjoying the storyline. I like all the little writings and things back and forth. It's good. It's good. Luis, I wanted to learn some more about you. But of course, we've never been properly introduced, have we? I am Luis Legerdemain, simple entertainer, punctualist, okay, practitioner of prestidigitation. Okay, prestidigitation, huh? Yes, magic tricks, sleight of hand, simple misdirections for simple people, she smiles. Are you from the island? I like to keep moving. It doesn't make sense to just play to the same audience over and over. You understand? One must rotate the proverbial crop so as not to render the fields infertile. Okay, but where are you from? She waves her hand dismissively. That's not important, dear. Far more important is where I am heading. And where are you heading? Hopefully to the nearest dock so I can escape before the worst happens. No offense, Emma, but I haven't stayed alive this long by stepping on hornets' nests, let alone hornets' nests of giant axe-wielding variety. Really, Luis? People are suffering. You could make a difference for them. Have you considered thinking about someone other than yourself? Oh, Emma, I admire your idealism. Really, I do. But I'd prefer to admire it from a safe distance outside the range of whatever giant boot is due to come crashing down on you and your merry band. It's nothing personal. So yes, while I do hate to disappoint, I'm afraid I will be on my way. Just as soon as Madeline comes to her senses. Alright, so let's see what's next. What's going on? Why is everyone milling around? Emma, there are bandits coming from all directions. We're under attack. Omisaga, she spits. Alright, listen up everybody. We must protect the tent. If we lose the tent, we lose our captive. as well as all of our supplies. Defend the tent at all costs. Alright folks, and with that, I guess I'm going to bring out the episode. This was a story mission. If the game didn't bug out on us last time, maybe we could have gotten a little bit further along. I'm not 100% certain. But it is simply what it is, so I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Telepath Tactics. Until then, I want to thank you all for stopping by the Freak Show. My name's Bumpy McSquigums, and I will see you later.